So, context for the clip. I was playing a game on VR called Zenith. It's pretty new, and it's basically just Genshin Impact, but in VR. Absolutely, absolutely bold, I know. So, anyways, I was playing the game, and I started eavesdropping as a bit, walking around, minding my own business, and living the good life. And, that's basically all the context you need for this explanation. So, I would give you the explanation right now, but I really want my shell shocked, absolutely guttered past version of me to describe to you what happened. After that, I'll just roll the clip so you can see a fraction of my experience because I recorded just a little bit. So, anyways, enjoy.
Well, I guess I'll take this peaceful time to explain. Okay, so basically, right, it was this guy. Holy shit! Let me just start from the beginning. From the beginning. From the beginning. From the beginning. So I'm pretty sure I'm a changed man after that experience, right? I'm pretty sure I'm not the same person I was 2 seconds ago. So basically, right, I just go to the mission area that I needed to go to because I need to get my rewards for my missions. And lo and behold, there's two people. No, there's like three people. There's like three people, right, on the mission area, and they're just chilling. And I hear someone talking, and I'm like, oh, well, they're just chatting over the mission area. That's fine. I don't want to really interact with them, so let me just get my missions and then just be on my merry way. And then I got closer, and then I started hearing this guy talking about a show. So then I'm like doing the sarcastic thing, like looking at them while clicking on the missions on the side and then doing like this. Just like so they get the message that they're talking a lot, but he just would not shut up. Also, he wasn't facing me, so there's no way he could tell. Maybe the friend that he was talking to, but not him. So I'm like listening to this story, and I'm like, I need to see how this plays out. So then I just sit, no, I just stand there, like where I was. I just stand there and I just listen. And I just listen to this guy go on about a show, like an anime show, where they're playing in VR. That's the show that inspired Sword Art Online. And he just keeps talking about it. He just keeps like, and there's these things called glitches, and then these glitches, they're like the thing that have never seen anything like it before. Cliche anime stuff. It was cliche anime stuff. Every single anime's done it, right? But it was he just kept on talking. Like when I expressed that he kept on talking, I cannot begin to explain to you how he just kept on talking. It's physically impossible for me to tell you that he kept on talking and truly express that he kept on talking. Like he just would not stop. So I'm just like, and that's not a bad thing, right? I love that. I love that man now. He's my favorite human being ever. I loved hanging out with that. That was awesome. But yeah, he just kept just could not shut up for the life of him. So there were people next to him, right? And there were people like filtering in and out. And then I was like ready to like for someone to talk to me so I could tell them to shut up to like tell finish the story. But that never came to that. Unfortunately, I had to kick someone out like the bouncer I was. So here I am with like this kind of pose, where you cross one of your hands and then you rest you rest your left hand on your like belly, and then you put your elbow on that hand, and then you put the fist of that right hand on your chin. That's like the pose that I was doing, like to a T, and I held that pose for like 20 minutes, right? Just sitting there, just listening to this guy talk this story. The thing is that it wasn't just repetition. He didn't just repeat everything. Like everything he was saying was not repeated. Like he was just saying new things. It was actually describing to you an anime. Who would just say like the exact same two things, like what I just did right now. He just kept talking and talking and talking and talking and talking, and he just came up with like the central topic was the same. Central topic was the same, but like everything he kept talking about, he kept describing the show, the characters, the spoilers, the seasons, that they were all named differently, and it was all information, and that the show is apparently still running, and it's been out from at least like bare minimum 2001. I'll have to watch back the recording to like really get like the time frames and stuff because I'm terrible with dates. But that was that man. I am not the same guy I was before. That is all I will say.
It's when that person is not online, you're watching so and so today who basically got involved. And basically, people start getting involved, but the main dude himself gets involved. It's kind of like, hey, like I'll go with you. Let's kind of figure this out. And yeah, and at one point people are like, oh, this gets too complicated. This is stressful. This is weird. why the hell am I even helping you? Why do I even care? What if you're just like a broken AI glitch? Blah blah blah. Like, you know, and it gets like serious like that. But like I said, the show keeps unraveling. It gets to the point the person finds out when they're attacking one day. It starts to feel pain and it starts dying and it's screaming in agony, and then the people are freaking out because no one's supposed to be screaming in agony in the game. And then this guy's telling everybody, like, he's supposed, like, hey, I'm real, and that's people like that doesn't exist. So they think it starts getting weirder for everybody else. So when they go out on missions and stuff, the main worries for them is when they're doing crazy stuff and they're going to find out secret lore and find stuff in the world, is they're like, you know, they're really scared to let him die, and they're scared to die and leave him alone in situations if he dies. And then basically in the world it gets weird. He starts telling them stuff about the world that no one knows about. Then the world starts getting weird around him, that people are starting to go hang around him. They're weird, like, they call them glitches because no one knows them. Like, basically we're playing this world, and the things that devs don't even understand what's sort of appearing in this world, monsters, and then basically the world doesn't know how to describe them, and it becomes part of the game. But basically we call it glitches, and new monsters and new things would appear. And they originally started hunting this guy on purpose. So imagine you're winning and an OP boss that abilities like we've never seen before in the game, and they were just breaking the game, and you basically have to power up and use the normal abilities you have and use the best abilities to keep this guy alive. And he always gets pain and dying, and he's screaming in agony, he's getting hurt because he's getting hunted. So it turns into just real crazy. Like I said, and this is many seasons. Like I said, it's been long running for years. So I'm always surprised, like, man, no one's ever heard about that. It's like I said, this is a show inspired to it online. It's called Dot Hack. I call it Dot Hack because each season has a different name. Dot Hack Sign is the origin of all of before everything comes. That's what I'm explaining. There's Dot Hack Sign. There's Dot Hack Twilight. There's Dot Hack Roots. If you ever just look up the Dot Hack, stop typing Dot Hack Sign or whatever. Or
yeah,
Dot Hack
I've heard of that show, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I thought about watching it.
Very good. It even gets really interesting, like in the aspect of like the world gets in depth for and even there's all this going on, there's PK. So there's basically like, I live in the game, I'm a PK person, PK people going around and killing, after these weird glitches start happening, basically even though it goes so in depth of like World of MMO, PK players are still going around the world, going to different spots, getting secret mobs, getting each glitch weapons. It depends on what parts you're watching. Maybe using glitch weapons to OP kill people, break the game, steal out of inventories. So next thing it's becoming a problem. People need to band up together, fight against PK players who are all a problem using glitch weapons. We're still trying to figure out the ball. But it gets really definitely some things I don't want to tell you where the dark problem does happen. Like, let's just say this, there's people find out that are in comas, that are getting put into a comas for certain things in this game in the long run, in real life, and that becomes a big twist. Like, people are actually getting affected. So basically, people are actually in a comas, and some people are sick, putting helmets on them, and they have an IV up to them. You know, plot twist, some people keeping them alive. You know, it gets really crazy, and it's dark too. Oh, what is unfamiliar in certain ways towards Sword Art Online, when it starts blending real life and Sword Art Online to make it even more tough. Like I said, been there, done that. Go there, go and never thinking done. I'm like, this is old too. It's gone on for years. They're still making Hack in 2001. And, after Roots, which is a early 2001 series, there were 2005 or 6, I think Roots was coming out. They were still, like I said, I'm not even up to date. They were still making it. Yeah, I always highly enjoyed it though. Like I said, the story was awesome, and it wasn't something so in depth with like a whole MMORPG universe with such like touch every nook, every little point of what you liked as an MMORPG. It brought that into a crazy like story. Yeah. Like, not every, like, basically there's some amazing, put it like this, there's phenomenal amazing fight scenes. Like, amazing fights, especially when the PK wars and the best fighters in the game starts appearing, because they're going to be the best fighters, and then there's fighting wars happening. You get to see them really go in, people doing crazy abilities, and you're like, wow, that's sick. But sometimes they're not episodes based around fighting. It's just based around the world of MMORPG, exploration, meeting people. Like, basically at one point, it's like some people turn into evil people because this guy who walked into your party, actually his whole thing was he's actually from a horrible thief guild that got banned and made a whole new character, or he's maybe a sick bastard in real life. Yeah, he tries to steal information to come out of the game. Like, the Dot touches all of it. So one minute you're on this, you're doing something, and then this person turns into like, well, I'm actually an evil bad person years ago, blah blah blah, I did this. Like, oh, I'm actually a bad person in real life. Like, a Dot brings all that to real life. Like, you shouldn't trust everybody you meet online. Like simply, that's the problem of what that is. Like you didn't need a super dark, greedy. Oh, it's one guy. It's just everything in general is not always what it seems. It's a virtual universe, and you never really know who you meet on the other side. You never really know what's happening and what this behind the virtual universe was. This is still like the show tells us years before we even had one. But there will always be something what people were enjoying, some to rise, and it is a universe creating that universe living, and that's what it touches on. Ever humans were started to create universes, and that became something more than you could imagine. And then that universe, it's crazier. End of the series, like I can say things because you'll watch it and you won't even touch on some of the stuff. This universe hence once gets so advanced, only want to go life. And what does that mean? How does it even? It gets, like I said, like if you ever watched, and how the future would, and even think like years ago, like back, famous, the time travel, about the thousands of dress, like things like that. It's one of the, Back to the Future. If you watch Microwave, certain things that they were that so famous. How they were doing stuff on teamwork. Here's they have hoverboard slips, the flying cards. They inspired. So yeah, so people don't know that animes. But well, there's many of them. Third part is I played the
Free TED Talk.
That's crazy. I had a donut for breakfast today.
Like,
Yeah.
I want
And
to
that's the end of my
try
story.
out, watch this, but
Nice.
yeah. But
I don't know where I'd find it.
I love that story. Now I need to go watch that show.
Did you use milk?
Did I use milk?
Oh.
Of course. We gotta get that vitamin C.
You gotta get those oranges.
This guy.
Hey,
Night Frog.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
I
a night
recommend it,
frog,
guys.
yeah.
You enjoy it.
Seems
think
Somebody's
it's
interesting.
got their
weird.
headset up really
Personally,
loud.
I feel like it's one of those when I was getting early into VR, it was like it felt weird. Mostly just putting on VR. You have a different perspective of VR every time we start watching that show. You just look at it differently. Like let's say when you think of Sword Online, it's kind of a crazy far-fetched scenario. You're not really feared of putting on a helmet right now. Imagine my brain's gonna get fried up in the hospital. You start
Bye,
watching
Night Frog.
on Die Hack, you start being in here and be like, this nigga could just be just like that dude in that one episode.
It's happening to me.
Like, yeah, like, I didn't even know it.
Kind of
This
was
guy's,
a
this
little,
guy's, this guy's actually works for the FBI. He's like, holy shit, he's catching
Hey, over
on.
here.
We gotta go to his house right now and shoot him up. Yeah, it
I
touches
was
all
a
that
bit
type of stuff.
scared that something like that would happen in the beginning, but now I've kind of
Take
just
him out in real
realized
life.
that.
Send us with a SWAT team. Like, what? And next thing you're logging in one day. Guys, I got you off a second. You're like, what are you doing? I got right on my door. I'm like, wait, what? Logged off. Never heard of that dude again. They're like, what the f is happening? Yeah.
Hey, over here.
Yeah, so that's how that gets its own intenseness. And you're like, no, not Jimmy. He was there for episode 1. Like,
Alright. Well,
no, yeah,
what's the plan?
Well, I thought you were doing missions this whole time while we were talking. I was like, no.
Oh, no, I've just been sitting here because I don't really know what to do.
Oh, you just read them.
Well, thanks for the story, fellas. I'll see you later. I have missions to do.
No. Now you own me.
Your
soul.
Bye. That was the greatest experience of my life. I think, like, personally speaking, like, not even ironically, I think I'm a new man.